Hi everyone, my name is Chris, and I did something very special for you. I decided to watch close to 1,000 episodes of 2 anime series known as One Piece and Fairy Tail so I could debate them today for you. I watched them every single day for the last 2 months in my car, going to work and coming back from work, and then at home, and then when I had private time like pooping, I was watching these shows, both in subtitled and dubbed, so I can give you a full synopsis of why these shows are 2 of the best I've ever seen, but also why my eyes are bleeding. Let's get into it with One Piece versus Fairy Tail. Now, the reason why I'm comparing these two is because people have always kind of just put them in the same category, because honestly, this is what I did. When I saw the logo to Fairy Tail, I instantly thought, oh, it's a spinoff of One Piece. Turns out that wasn't true. It's just that they're kind of similar because they have the same kind of tone. And both of the mangakas base their art styles off of the mangaka for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And that's why their art is so similar. So I don't think they're ripping off each other. They're just inspired by the same master, Akira Toriyama. One Piece is about the beginning of a great pirate age that starts when a soon-to-be-executed pirate announces that his treasure will be left in one piece. Okay, that's actually a dub error. He wasn't left in one piece. His treasure, One Piece, is actually a thing that's up for grabs. And everybody was like, yeah, I want it. And this starts off a great pirate age, which inadvertently inspires a young boy by the name of Monkey D. Luffy to go on his own adventure to try to become the Pirate King. He then gains a crew, eats a fruit, a devil fruit if you will, and gains magic powers. And this is the adventure of his crew and their motivations as well to do different things throughout the pirate world. As for the plot of Fairy Tail, it goes a little something like this. Yeah, there's not a lot of plot with Fairy Tail. I mean, it's just kind of like a video game, really, if you think about it. They give you an objective, you go on the objective, you come back, you fight. There's more objective, and then you fight again. Another objective, and you fight again. That's really it. There's nothing really complicated about it. Lucy wants to join the guild. There's a world with guilds, and you join the guild. Fairy Tail is a very popular guild, and also infamous. Yeah, that's really all there really is to it. Like, the thing about the show that I really enjoy is that it's not complicated. It gets straight to the point, and that's really enjoyable sometimes. Like I said before, and people get mad at me, but I really liked G Gundam, because G Gundam didn't get into all the politics and blah, blah, blah. It was just like, yeah, action! My fist is burning red. It was great. Dragon Ball Z is the same thing. Dragon Ball Z didn't really ever have a real plot, if you think about it. It was an alien is coming somewhere, and it has to be defeated, collect the Dragon Balls. Fight. That was what it was. Oh, also train. Sorry, train. Characters. Now, this is just my personal opinion. Don't get mad at me. But I'm going to say that Fairy Tail probably wins in the character category to me because they're more fun. Like, if you give me a competition between Nami and Nico or Nami and Ezra, Ezra whips everybody's butt every time. She gets me excited, she makes me happy, she makes me laugh, she makes me scared. She has all these ranges of emotions. Not saying that Nami doesn't, but I just feel like I don't get as much out of the characters on One Piece. Not saying they're not great. Zoro's amazing, okay? Not saying they're not great, but I am saying that as far as just my general, I don't know, care for the characters, I'm gonna have to give it to Fairy Tail. And this is my main reason why. The main protagonist, well, some people say the main protagonist is Lucy on Fairy Tail, which, no, we all know better. It's Natsu. Natsu is just altogether lovable, but infuriating, and really puts you in a place where you actually grow to care about the character. Luffy bugs the hell out of me. Luffy reminds me of the tradition of Goku, and I can't stand Goku. Natsu is more to me along the lines of a Vegeta character, but with even more development and more range. And that's why I'm gonna give this one to Fairy Tail. Let's move into development, which is a completely different altogether, because One Piece actually develops its characters and they have growth and they become new people. They have things that actually matter, and when it goes to One Piece, it just goes to One Piece. Like, Fairy Tail is a lot of fun, but nothing significant ever really happens to the characters that you go, oh my gosh. I mean, I'll say the most developmentally thing that happened was when they hit season 2, all of a sudden Lucy was showing her boobs all the time. And I don't know if they're trying to compete with Nami now doing that as well. If you notice that, they both shows decided all of a sudden that, you know what, a couple years have passed, the girls are older, let's put those things out there. They just, yep, hey girls, ah! Let's just say though, that we all know this, that even though I think the characters are more fun on Fairy Tail, developmental wise and growth wise, One Piece definitely wins. Like, I feel like there's actually going to be consequences for the actions on this show. Like, you see Luffy's like big X scar in like series 2, after the time skip at least. You see, okay, he actually can be harmed. It actually is a danger there. So then you're a little bit more afraid. Let's go into comedy, which I'm gonna give to Fairy Tail, because Fairy Tail goes into the comedy thing a lot more than One Piece does, and I've actually laughed out loud at some of the stupid stuff they do. I was like, what the heck? And I think this is one thing that I'm gonna actually just have to get into, is that it took me at least 12 episodes to actually get into Fairy Tail. I was watching this show like, why do people like this? I don't. Why does anyone watch this? This is stupid. I'm sorry. I don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Okay. And then I think there was an episode. I can't remember the name of the episode, but there was an episode where Natsu was fighting someone. And he flamed up. It's like, ah! And then I was like, okay, I see it now. But then let's go to action. Which one was there? Absolutely, without a doubt, One Piece. One Piece's action is just amazing. I feel like, for me at least, it feels like whenever Fairy Tail got really going with the action, they stop for a comedy break sometimes, and you're like, okay, not the time, not the time. People kicking butt, get in that butt and kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it. Next, we're gonna move into animation, which is kind of controversial because both shows changed their style as it went on. I'm gonna give it to One Piece because One Piece animation is just a little bit more crisp. Just all around, it always has been, and it stayed that way throughout the entire thing. But we're gonna make a decision overall, with everything considered. I have to give it to One Piece, which is really hard because I actually really enjoy Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail to me is just a really fun show, and it doesn't need the complications other shows get. Again, akin to me, it's much more closely to Dragon Ball Z than anything else, and no one has ever really compared them that way because Dragon Ball Z was inherently all about the fighting, and sometimes, just sometimes, Fairy Tail does breaks where they do other stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but as far as like tone and everything else in between, I think that this show is what Dragon Ball Z would have been had they kept the similar tone to Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball Z series that it spun off of. And that's not to take anything away from One Piece. One Piece is just strongly written. One Piece is just better action. It has better like balance of all things at all times. Like, I feel like Fairy Tail can be polarizing. Like, either you love it or you hate it. One Piece, for the most part, people just love it. And that's why it's the superior show, and that's why it wins today's anime debate. But don't take my word for it. What do you guys think? Let's have a discussion down below. Which show is superior, and what show do you want to see me debate next on Anime Debates? Also, bonus question, because I'm getting curious. What's another battle shonen anime that you love that you want to see featured on this show, or you just want to discuss? Let's get into it. See you there. Ever use teleport. Side note, I watched the last episode of Parasite the Maxim, and I don't know how I feel anymore.